Welcome back, people! Welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna be talking about. I always murder the name. Things like Haikyuu. Haikyuu. It's kind of like Haikyuu, but like it puts a Y randomly in there. So yeah, man. Today we're gonna be talking about a new anime, Haikyuu season 3. And honestly, this show is fire. Like, I already seen, of course, I see season 1, season 2. I saw them last year. I'm a little behind on the series, but just busy with school, so finally got to watch season 3. And, like, they still don't disappoint. So I'm not going to spoil it right now, but just going to tell you my opinion. But, yeah, so this is like one of the few animes that, you know, broke the norm. If you already seen it or you about to see it, you should know it's about volleyball. All they're doing is playing volleyball. And when I first went into it, I didn't expect volleyball to be able to be animated to be so exciting. Like, honestly, this anime made me want to play volleyball. That's how good it was. And the thing that's interesting about sports animes, right, is like how do you keep it different? How do you keep each match, each game from not looking like the last one? And a couple things that this anime does really well is that it gives each character, no matter who they are, a good backstory. And well, shoot, honestly, I'm surprised by how many characters look different because they definitely for each team. There's probably like over 100 players that I've seen in this anime, and they made each character unique. Each character has their own unique backstory and why they're fighting, and like you 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 don't you don't even want to root against them. Like there's no evil person. There's no antagonist. There's no real antagonist that you just be like fuck them. But nah, you just be like, man, you know what? If either of them win, I will be happy with that because you got Karasuna, who's of course the main team that we follow. We're still following the main character, Shoyo Bunata, which I think he's the main character, but like sometimes he's not even playing in the volleyball game. You can tell that he's really important to the story, but that you also need to focus on the team as well because everybody in the team has their own strengths and weaknesses, and they all support each other, which is like really refreshing, man. And like in my last video, I was talking about how the anime was like lighthearted and refreshing. This is another anime to where like it's just fun to watch. Like you can't be sad or like damn. Like it just makes you happy to watch the anime. And so um, we'll talk about some of the characters a little later on in the video, but um, my review of this anime, the animation style is 5 out of 5. It's really unique. Oh my goodness, like when they get the plays when they're like about to spike the ball, you just feel that. And you just like, that's one of the hypest moments. Anytime that Hinata gets a quick spike or even somebody else on the team gets a quick spike, it's like that's one of the dopest scenes in the anime. But animation 5 out of 5. Hands in a sense, they're not really fighting, but they're playing against a court. But that's still really cool. That's like that version of fighting going back and forth. I got a 5 out of 5. Because like I said earlier, they somehow keep each interaction between teams different and unique, and that's really cool. So that's also a 5 out of 5. Plot, still 5 out of 5. Like this is just a good anime to me. It's just really unique, and I definitely do watch the season 4. So let's get started and talk about what I thought about some things that happened this season. So during the season, from the first episode, I kind of knew that it was just gonna be one season for this game with Karasuna versus woo, I'm gonna murder his name, Shira Toriza. No, Shira Torizawa. I think that's close enough, but that's the opposing team. So with the other team, you have a player named Wakatoshi Ushijama. I think that's the best I'm gonna get. You have him leading the other team against Karasuna. And I think it was last season to where Ushijima basically disrespected Hinata, saying he wasn't even a threat because of his size, and that Hinata was all talk but no game. So Ushima, he's the baddest player in the country, the best player in the country, coming to kill Karasuna. That's how it is, and everybody is expecting them to win, and they were winning for the most part. I think they got the first set or the first two sets. I forgot, but for some reason I didn't know they were playing 5 sets this season, and I wasn't really sure how volleyball rules work, but I think it was just to prolong this season, so they made it 5 sets, and it moved pretty fast. Like you didn't even notice that you were still you didn't notice that you were still on the same game, but there was no really stagnant moments like other animes. That's the thing I like about this anime. There's no fillers. It's straight to the point. You get an episode that's gonna progress the story, even if it's like progressing somebody's skills or anything like that. Each episode is gonna progress the story. No fillers at all. So I like that. But yeah, so you have Ushijima leading the charge against Karasuna, and at the beginning of the game, you had some other players from the opposing team, like Satori Tendo. He's known for like his hunches, like where to guess the block, and that's how he's been successful most of his career. But as you've seen, Karasuna learns how to play against that, and eventually they make him useless like after the third set. But he was like the only character in this season made to like look evil, because his backstory was how other kids bullied him for being a monster, and he had like those big eyes that stared you down and things like that. I was like, okay, that was overdone. It's just volleyball. Calm down, calm down. I don't know why every anime backstory has to lead with kids being bullied. Like, why can't they just grow up? Why do they need to be bullied for motivation? Like that's unnecessary. I feel like that's a cheap plot device just to like give that character background without really explaining it. But other than that, he was an interesting character, interesting opponent. Not my favorite one. There's been so many more opponents that Karasuna has faced that I like more. But yeah, Tendo, he was shut down basically after the third set. So and then there's nobody really else to talk about from that opposing team. Like nobody else really stood out. They all had their individual strengths, but it was really just Tendo in the first half of the game, and then Ushijima dominating for the entire game until the very last end. So that's all I gotta say about that team. But yeah, we had some character development this season. The first person I want to talk about is Ki Kushima. Hopefully I got his name on. The tall dude with the glasses. Yo, he was so annoying in the first 2 seasons, especially the first season. I'm like, he just like he had a bad attitude. He didn't want to do anything. And I'm like, why are you here? Go home. Like, just a waste of height. But eventually, over season 2, you started to see that when he started training with some of the other schools, with some of the other members from schools, and learning up. And he had a lot of character development this season. I really enjoyed his character because he was already cold at first. He already had the height and he was intelligent, so he knew what to do. The only thing he was missing was effort. Like he didn't put in effort into anything, and that was really annoying to see me because I was like, okay, when is this man gonna change? But yo, during this season, he was calling the shots. He was on the front lines defending. He became that wall everybody was scared of. And at one point, you saw he got injured. He got injured. Like I think he cut his pinky. I thought it was broke, but he cut it because Ushijima was just spiking too hard and like bent it back. But he came back into the game. He fought through that injury, fought through the pain, and came back and helped his team when they really needed him. So he really showed up this season. Hanada, he's still doing Hanada stuff, making amazing plays whenever he needs to. not much change. He's always been a hard worker. He's always been putting in effort on the court. Um, and of course, he has some amazing shots, which I love. But there's nothing really more to talk about him. If you already see the season one and season two, he's still the Hinata we love. I love his character. He can be annoying a little time. Here's another thing. This anime has that a duo, has the same Naruto Sasuke duo, even the same hair color. Like Hinata's Naruto, both yellow orange hair, annoying as fuck, and then you have a cool, calm, collected Sasuke, who in this case is Kageyama, and of course they're going back and forth. I feel like every single anime has that duo. I can name a few. Fairy Tail had that duo. Black Clover had that duo. There's like a lot of animes. Gone, Gone and Killua from Hunter x Hunter had that duo. And so yeah, that's just something that I see often. But yeah, they're starting to be more cool. Of course, they're growing closer together. I think they had a fight during season two, but they're over that by now. Kageyama, he stayed putting in that work during the season. He was getting tired though because this was the first five-set game that they played, so I guess they were running out of stamina. Plus, they have to move around a lot with the techniques they use because they work as a team. So they're often doing a synchronized attack, which requires a running start. A whole team has to do that, and that takes a lot of energy out of everybody. But yeah, Hanada, Kageyama, they were staying to their true selves, to their true characters, still putting in the same work they've been doing season one, season two. Another highlight of Karasuno this season was Nishinoyo, their Libro. He was putting in work. Like, he had the hardest job of trying to receive balls from Ushijima, receive his spikes, which are unhumanly fast. But the thing is, he put in so much work during this game. He had a lot of development. He was at one point doing more things than the main characters, Hinata and well, I should say Hinata, because Kageyama was the setter, so he was still doing work during most of the game. But as a Libro, he was doing a lot of work, and he had a lot of development. We already knew how good he was, but because of his position and his tasks during this game, he saw a lot of screen time that he hasn't seen that much during previous seasons. And I really enjoy his character. He's like his typical Libro, small, sort of, but he has a lot of fight to him. He's not willing to quit easily, and that's really cool. I like him. One thing I didn't understand was Asashi Azume. I think that's his name. He's like supposed to be their ace, but he wasn't doing nothing this anime. He had I think I've only seen him spike once, and during season two, they were talking about how he's the ace, how he's gonna blow through blocks and stuff like that, and that's what he was doing. He got a lot of screen time, but I really didn't see much of him at all. Maybe he was scoring points, but they just didn't want to show it. But yeah, he was just there. And then also Tanaka, who's one of the seniors on the team as well. I think he's a senior, or he might be a second year. I forget. But he's also just like he's important to the team, but they weren't really getting that much screen time, just like Asashi. And I guess they already been seen enough during season one and season two to where he's like, they're doing work, but you're not really seeing them that much. So I just wish they were a little bit more recognized in this victory because you saw how big of a victory it was for the team. They were breaking down crying. I was crying. I was like, y'all finally made it, so that was dope. But yeah, he's like, man, I really wish more of the team would have got involved and showed how tough this victory was and things like that. But it was still good, great. I would say it was still great. But yeah, this season had a lot of really touching moments. Even that one fan, there was like a fan in the crowd that at first he thought he was just roasting Karasuna just because he's just an old dude. But nah, he's one of those old dudes that will roast you but is low key supporting you during the entire time. And that's what exactly he was because they looked into somebody was like, man, that dude's still here. Because he goes to every single Karasuna game hoping, just like low key rooting for them, but roasting them when they lose. And his backstory, he didn't even get that much of a backstory, but that was cool. They gave him something. And apparently, everybody knew this dude, but we just not seen him during season two. I forgot his name, but he was just a fan. But things like that, though, it's just the simple things that make an anime from good to great. And this anime just focuses a lot on plot, like plus it's not perverted. There's like few moments to where you're like, oh come on now. But it's not perverted at all. Everybody looks their age, especially the girls, they look their age. The animators are not doing anything unnecessary, which I like. It's like why is she 14 with the but yeah, this anime is chill. I could watch it with my mom. Nobody's gonna come walking in and be like, bro, what you watching? I'll be like, it's volleyball. That's all I be doing. But yeah, this has been one of my favorite anime series in a long time. And honestly, my top 10, and definitely my favorite sports anime. I saw Kuroko's basketball, and that was pretty good as well. But this is definitely my favorite sports anime for sure. But yeah, I will definitely be watching season 4, and I hope y'all do too. Peace.